What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Critical Hitz Podcast. My name is Pokey Scout.
I am Genelac Gaming.
And this is
Critical Hit!
Hope you guys are having another lovely night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we have a heck of an episode because Genelac's on fire, baby. Genelac, tell the people why you are so freaking hyped. What did we just do 30 seconds ago that just had you on one, dude?
Listen, I've posted about this before. Motivational posters are dead and anime edits are in. Ooh. Like if you're not watching an anime edit before you go into a presentation or a run. I was lifting the other day and I heard United States of Smash as I was hitting a PR. Dog. And let me tell you, that weight flew. It flew.
That's one of the greatest anime edits ever, man. I know exactly which one you're talking about, dog. The idea, man, that All Might sacrifices right arm for his left. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. I don't even want to do it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to ruin it. My mind's
this is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
this
man.
And I'll say this, too.
100%.
This is the greatest thing that TikTok has given us.
Anime edits?
The editing community in general. But yes, anime edits, things they do with sports teams. I saw this OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. edit that made me I was like, he might be the GOAT. He might be the greatest of all time.
So you've seen
he's
the
not.
Creed
To be very
edit,
clear,
right?
He's not.
You've seen the Creed edit. You remember the Creed edit that went viral a few months ago? Dude,
yes, it's editing in general.
That guy,
I bow down to all editors.
Bro, he edited a Miracle edit. Miracle is the greatest movie ever to watch and get hyped up before any sort of match. Period. End of story. Yes. I don't want to hear it. This guy made a Miracle edit that, I mean, bro, it's like, it was saying like the Creed, like the do, right? When you're punching.
Hey,
except
man.
It was like with Miracle hits. And dude.
I'm getting goosebumps. I'm
bro.
legit getting goosebumps.
I don't know if I want to talk about Pokemon today. I could just talk about anime edits all day.
Yeah.
Anything My Hero or Demon Slayer or Naruto. Even I saw a 7 Deadly Sins edit the other day.
Yo, the Escanor one? Who decided that?
Bro.
Anyway,
my God. Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that? Oh my God. Dude, I love it. Anyway, goosebumps. But ladies and gentlemen.
That's where we are, chat. That's where we are, chat. That's where we are.
Not getting off topic. We're hyped right now. Okay? And it's not okay. But we're going to make it through.
You know what else isn't okay?
What's not okay, dude? What's not okay?
You know what's not okay?
What's not okay?
GameStop hiking their prices. That's not okay.
Chat, I don't know if y'all have seen this yet. Genelac is leading us to the perfect intro for this video, and that is exactly right.
Not okay.
GameStop has raised the so-called MSRP. Matter of fact, it's not even called MSRP anymore. I think we can agree that MSRP doesn't exist anymore. Right?
I've been on record saying it. How long ago did I say that? The MSRP doesn't exist.
Dude.
MSRP, it does not exist. And now you're seeing it. Yep. It's not like GameStop's expenses went up. They're still a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. No, so here's what I'll say. GameStop, the only reason they could possibly raise their prices, if they were to release a statement, and they showed me the ledger of the distributor prices changing, then I would be on board. However, there is a content creator on TikTok that got banned because he was being fully transparent with his Pokemon card selling business model, including the distributor prices.
Yep.
And this guy was not that big.
No.
And he was showing the distributor prices, and he was like, this is how much they are. And they were very low. Very low. So he's like, so I can charge pretty close to MSRP, if not at MSRP, and still make a profit.
Yep.
So it is greed. Like he was pointing out, it is greed that is driving these prices up. Because it's not like, yes, distributors are different, but it's not like his distributors are any better or make more money than the distributors for GameStop. That has to be, I mean, we all know how it works. Costco showed us the model.
Exactly.
The more you sell, so the more you sell, the lower your prices can be. So you can't tell me that the distributors for GameStop have a smaller supply than the distributors for a guy on TikTok who has 3,000 followers. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Dude, when I saw that post and it was GameStop is increasing ETB prices to $70. Dude, 18 months ago, it was $40 for an ETB. I could go to any mom and pop shop or any LGS and I could buy an ETB for, we'll say,
that's almost a
50%
increase.
Dude,
50%.
It is ridiculous to think that that's where we're at in the market right now with just ETBs. Booster boxes, man. You used to go to an LGS, $145, $150 after taxes, right? Now, $240
that was high, by the way.
$40 for a booster box, bro. What is happening? Why is everybody losing their minds about trying to turn a profit? GameStop is no exception, and we saw this coming, especially when they did the Whatnot stream, right? You remember that? You remember it happened a couple of weeks ago, or in a couple of weeks ago? It happened months ago, and they went live. And they said, you know what? Let's see how well it goes. And they worked through
They see these huge margins, dude.
Yes. Yeah. And it is aggravating. Instead of them trying to become a licensed pre-release store for Pokemon where they are going to get cheaper product and they're going to get their hands on more build and battles and Pokemon Center product, they're just saying, screw it, we're going to use our MJ Holdings distribution account or whatever, and we are going to continuously pay the $2.75 for the pack wholesale and then sell it for $8, man. That's basically what it comes down to. How nuts is that?
You have to remember GameStop was a failing business 18 months ago too.
Yeah.
And like the whole Wall Street, they made a bet, and I will say GameStop got a huge influx of money off of Wall Street bets. Yes. And then from that, they have done a fantastic job of pivoting their model to be around collectibles, right? It's not none of these moves are stupid. Being able to submit via PSA, not dumb. Going to Whatnot, not dumb. But the problem with that, at a certain point, I start to worry about the ability for anybody to play the game. And it's like, here's an analogy I'll give you. When I say play the game, I mean play the business game, not the actual TCG.
Oh, yeah.
Because how many clothing stores are out there today that you walk in and you go shop at that are not Kohl's, Walmart? You have these big box stores that completely dominate the market, and then you have your niche, super high-end fashion, right? I genuinely believe Pokemon cards are moving that way, where the only people who will be able to sell Pokemon cards are either big box stores or established LGS content creators that house the high-end items as well.
That's an interesting take. I am not going to say it's going to get to that point, right? Because I think, and you've said this before, there is going to end up being a correction in the market at some point, right?
I hope so.
I don't think that we are going to reach a point of no return where it is like LGSs are being established based on the vintage product they own and having the big box retailers being the only ones that are getting their hands on product, right? I can see an argument being made. I enjoy your argument, right? In a pessimistic
what's
viewpoint,
stopping?
But I think what's stopping that? Well, okay, actually, ask your question.
What is stopping GameStop from hiring scalpers?
I don't think they would hire scalpers. I think GameStop could already utilize all their coders to start creating bots to get the Pokemon drops, right? They could do that if they want to. They don't need to hire scalpers. What we have to worry about is them hiring streamers. I guarantee you that GameStop will be doing something like this in the next year or two where every store will have a streaming room. And it wouldn't shock me if there are some stores in California that are already renting out streaming rooms.
Dude, and they're going to go grab big names, very talented people, and then they have so many resources that, how are you going to compete? You know what I mean?
You can't.
Unless there's no way.
Unless Distro says, you know what, guys, we are going to take on, LGSs and online shop owners. And as a matter of fact, we are not going to hold you to, because this is the problem. I was talking to some of our friends that have distribution accounts, okay? I said, hey, can you let me know when any product gets in? And they said, dude, you don't want to go through us. And I was like, why not? And they said, well, our distro said, hey, you need to spend more money with us in order to get a claim on product. And they were like, okay, well, what do you have to buy right now? And they said, nothing. And so our friends were like,
so you have to buy stuff, but we don't have anything for you to buy.
Yeah, no. So they got playmats and stuff, right? But no cards. And so they were like, yeah, there's stuff on the website you can buy. And they called them and said, hey, there's no cards on the website. And they go, oh, we know there's no cards. So they're basically like, hey, you know what? If you spend a few $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars on this crap that nobody wants, we might be convinced to give you, a better share of the cards when they drop. And that I was like, oh, okay.
Well, and that comes back to scale though, because GameStop can easily eat the bulk. I'll call it the bulk, right? Yeah. The play mats and the build and battles and that kind of stuff. They could easily eat that because they have higher numbers. Again, they could just absorb that, because they could take that as a hit if they want. They don't care, right? And do it that way. So I don't know. I mean, you know me. I think that, to be honest with you, I think the community is too individualistic for this to ever happen. Yeah. And what I mean by that is, like, the community, at a certain point, the community will have had enough. If the only place to buy cards is GameStop, there's a chance that just nobody goes to GameStop. You know what I'm saying? And but here's the thing, then you get the FOMO, right? And people go and they buy it, and now you kind of sell it back and forth. So I don't know. I don't know what stops the chain other than market pullback.
That's my argument, is that I think FOMO is going to be the driving factor here, and people are going to continue to go to GameStop because GameStop is going to be the leading entity for online shopping outside of whatnot, right? Walmart is currently trying to transition to that. Amazon is going to transition to that at some point, okay? Because online shopping,
you have Drip out there as well.
Exactly, right? That is the big problem, is FOMO is going to hit, and then GameStop is going to be famous as a one-stop shop for collectibles, right? You got Funko Pop streamers. Yep. They're going to move into sneakers at some point, right? One Piece. They're going to move into every TCG they could possibly get their hands on, especially when almost every TCG right now is becoming a little bit more enjoyable because it's all affordable. Like, even, packs for One Piece, I am enjoying paying the $4.50 per pack for One Piece than I am paying the $5.25 for Pokemon or whatever I'm getting.
I'm going to stop you right there, because this most recent set for One Piece, OP13, is not easy to get and is not easy to come by. And it's not. Brother, if you have OP13 packs, buy as many as you can possibly get your fingertips on, because they are so hot here in the States. It is impossible to get that product. And I'll be honest, I don't think One Piece is that far removed from being the next Pokemon from a hype perspective, with everything they're doing with the anime and stuff. I understand why a lot of these guys are saying, sell your Pokemon cards for One Piece. Oh, yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I don't think that the One Piece market will ever be bigger than Pokemon, but I could easily see One Piece being the second largest TCG above Magic the Gathering. I could easily see that.
Dude, I didn't realize it was. I have a sealed case of OP13.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're getting, dude. I mean, I'm buying One Piece out the wazoo right now. I enjoy the hell out of One Piece. Like, as far as the anime, I haven't watched the anime. Okay, so I'm gonna admit to that. I'm trying, but I grew up watching Naruto and Bleach. Okay, One Piece always freaked me out. I did not like the design and the animation. It was very scary to me as a child. But the cards, man, I love the trading card game, and I love the artworks, and I love how the One Piece cards aren't so frail and fragile like Pokemon cards. They are superior, and I hate to say it, but the margins, right, the money you could make from One Piece, the growth is just, I hate to say it, probably a lot higher than Pokemon.
Right now, yeah, absolutely. It's similar to if people were to get into. I mean, it's early. This is the 13th set for One Piece, so this would be the equivalent to us going out and buying. What would be at that time, like the Neo series maybe was like the 13th set or something like that.
Yeah, close to Neo era would be a good pick. Yeah.
Something in that era. So I'll say this: what's MSRP for OP13?
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you what I paid per box. I want to say. I ended up paying $105 per box.
Okay, so right now, let me put it this way. At the start of August, boxes were being sold for like $230 per box.
Are you
kidding? It has dropped. No, it's been on a steep decline to where it's now at like $160, but that's still $55 above MSRP.
Yeah, I mean, I paid like $100, maybe $105 per box.
Yeah, no, that's it. Right now, current market price is 154.
Yeah, dude, I'm holding on to that. Did I not show you my polls from
No.
OP13? Yeah, I actually pulled some good stuff. I'll have to show you later.
Yeah, you can show me later. But anyway, so anyway, circling back, let's circle the wagons back to GameStop hiking their prices.
Yes. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's a play on the market. It shows you the state of the market. And again, I keep saying this. This is the worst it's ever been because we've never had a big box store change their prices so dramatically.
No.
So hang in there, guys. This is wild. Yeah. It will definitely come down from this, but I don't know. I'm starting to believe this might be too big to fail. And what I mean by that is, like, I don't know if I see a huge correction coming. This might just go.
I agree
entirely. You know what would fix this?
What?
It has nothing to do with the Pokemon market.
What?
The Pokemon market might not ever pull back unless people have less money. And what I mean by that is if a true financial recession were to hit, everything gets hit. And collectibles would absolutely be one of those things that gets hit because it is a luxury item.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be a way that this happens. And again, I'm no economist. I mean, I slightly am, but I'm not, a full-fledged economist. And for me, you could speculate all you want. So right now, I would say write it out. I don't see it getting much worse than this. Give it this time next year.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I am by no means an economist or anything close to what
he's definitely not.
I am definitely not. But dude, I will tell you this: after talking to a lot of the people selling, at shows around here as vendors, they are wanting to sell, right? And I'm not saying that a Pokemon crash is coming, but after seeing GameStop's move here, it has me more reserved with my money, right? Because I want to see the people's response to GameStop, and I want to see Walmart's response to GameStop. I want to see Target's response. I want to see what everybody else does before I spend another dime on Pokemon right now. Because I don't know what's going to happen, but I do feel that when people see this, they're going to start thinking, oh my God, I might actually get priced out of the market. So I might need to start selling my stuff. Right. So that's why I'm waiting to see what these other retailers do before I spend any money on Pokemon.
So now I have a question for you. What is your concern? Like, what's the worst case scenario here? When you say you want to see how the people respond, what is the worst case scenario?
I think the worst case scenario, well, it kind of depends on who's who, right? Like, worst case scenario is all the slabs that I bought from this last show that, are valued at X dollars. Like, I bought some pretty popular slabs. I bought the PSA 10 Leafeon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, right? Bought the Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies. I bought a couple of other things, right? These are hot cards, okay? I paid 85% for them. If people start seeing this product, this being the new price of product, they start thinking, well, I don't want to enjoy this new stuff, and I don't have money to enjoy it, right? Pokemon is now a luxury that I cannot afford. Okay. So where do they go? What do they decide to do? Worst case scenario, they start selling their product and they stop buying Pokemon cards.
So what you're saying is the worst case scenario is people see GameStop and they see this move and they're worried about the overall market in general.
Yep.
And they don't want to play. They give up on the hobby entirely.
Exactly.
So they shop their stuff out. The demand plummets and the community shrinks.
Yes.
That's the worst case scenario.
And so I say that with a grain of salt because as a collector and a player that is not going anywhere, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
I would love
the
to
vending,
see, the vending side, it would crush my soul, right? But I would love that from a community standpoint of playing the TCG, of trying to, I'm not going to say weed
and
out. And
actually collecting,
Yes. I would love to see, us go back to the roots that is Pokemon in the essence of a trading card game. That is just me.
Do you think people would come back, though?
Do I? What do you mean?
Because what you're talking about is that's a true market pullback.
Yeah.
Right. Like people leave the hobby, people wholesale, people sell off, and they leave for a number of years. And this actually happened. I mean, you know me, I'm well versed in the Pokemon Go community, and this happened in the Pokemon Go community, right? It was, I mean, I'll be honest, the years from like 2017 to 2019 were a major pullback, myself included. I took I think an 18-month break from Pokemon Go, and I hate day because of, you know, the fact that I didn't get to clone Pokemon or Armored Mewtwo. But that happened. Yep. And then people slowly started to come back. And I think it's really funny because the other day, somebody commented on one of my videos, like, why are we still talking about a dead game? So I went and looked up the numbers. There are 6 million average daily Pokemon Go players. 6 million.
That feels
low. It's, well, but even then, that is 6 million concurrent, aka they're logging in every day.
Yeah.
That is an absurd number. It's so high. That is so high. The most popular games in the world, like go look up some of the most popular MOBAs in the world, like on Steam charts or something like that, right? Okay. Peak concurrent, like the record, the absolute record, like Pal World, peak concurrent was 2.2 million.
Whoa. Okay, that puts
Pal
it
World
into perspective.
Pal World was 2.2 million. So Pokemon has 3 times Pal World.
Yeah.
At its peak. Pokemon Go does. Right now. There's like nothing going on. So it's not a dead game. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild, man. Yeah, you can't call that a dead game. I agree with that.
So people come back. And so I think I'm not so sure that it would be a bad thing, but it would, to your point, it would definitely hurt everybody's inventories and pockets. And I think, you know, you and me being responsible adults with dependents and that kind of stuff, I'll say it. If you guys are putting more than 10% of your net worth, 5% even of your net worth into Pokemon cards, that's irresponsible. And I you know, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take this as financial advice, but I can tell you right now that is the conventional wisdom. Anything like this, it is volatile. I'm not saying it's going to crash. I'm not saying it's going to explode. I have no idea. But just generally speaking, that's why you and I are cautious.
Yep. And I mean, guys, if you do want financial advice, Warren Buffett, man, buy when everybody's selling and sell when everybody's buying.
Yep. So, you know, but buy when everybody's selling, but after the prices. Don't do it right at the beginning. Because what's going to happen here is everybody's going to start selling, and nobody's going to be buying. And now people are going to be sitting on their stuff. And it's like a house that sits on the market. You start to see the listing price drop, and then it drops again, and then it drops again. And eventually people will get to the point where they're just like, you know what, I'm not selling this. I'm either, you know, losing too much money and I'm just going to hold on to it. Or if they don't have that luxury and they have to sell it, they're going to be like, okay, I will take 30% off right now if you buy it on the spot.
Dude, so you say this, and I'm just thinking about this. If I were GameStop at this point in time, you know what I would do?
I would have procurement officers on standby waiting for people to drop.
My man, reading my freaking mind. I love that we are almost always on the same page. Almost always. not always, almost always. Yes, I was literally just about to say that. At every single store right now, I would have a procurement officer dedicated to trading cards. That is, and at this very moment,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier.
What they would do, but yeah. But in this,
that's what I was saying earlier about hiring scalpers. Procurement officer is essentially playing that role.
Well, no, they're not essentially a scalper, right? That is just because here's the deal.
Okay, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. But anyway, so if I were GameStop, that's what I'd be doing right now. I would be establishing procurement officers at every single store. The only goal is, hey guys, guess what? We'll pay you 60% cash, and this sucks, but this is the numbers GameStop would have to do. Hey guys, we're gonna give you 60% in cash for 70% in trade, right, in the store. And there are going
and
to
it's
be
what they did with video games.
And yeah, it's what they did with video games. But people are going to do it. I remember turning in my video games for that because I thought it was a great deal. Well, guess what this billion-dollar company is going to end up doing? They're going to do the same thing for trading cards that they did for video games. And all GameStop has to do, because they know it's going to happen in cycles, all they got to do is hold the product. They could literally tell every store manager, hey, we don't care about dead product because it's Pokemon. It's not going anywhere.
Just buy it all.
It's not dead product. As the economy goes back up, people are going to start to want to afford this luxury again.
Now, I will say, GameStop might not do this because this model almost killed them.
Now,
people were
right.
people were tired of selling their stuff. At a certain point, there's a breaking point where people are like, you know what? I'm not going to go sell my stuff to GameStop. I'm going to sell my stuff on the open market or on eBay and get more money, and then just go into GameStop and buy stuff. So there will be a window that they can do that, but then at a certain point, it's cyclical, right? Like it's cyclical. So anyway,
but as long as they adhere to the live shopping aspect, they're gonna be fine.
True.
Because that's what they hadn't been doing previously. Their model missed an essential piece, and it was selling it on the open market. Right, and just selling it through eBay.
You almost have to not let them do that, but I don't think that's legal.
I don't know if there's a way to keep them from doing that. So they're going to find a way to do this, and it is the smartest move for GameStop, is trying to procure the product now, right? Or
they're basically becoming a giant LGS. Like they're basically adopting the LGS model with infinitely, and I will stress this, infinitely more resources than like the largest LGSs here are Tabletop Village and Zulus.
Yeah.
And Tabletop Village and Zulus have 1 location and 2 locations, and probably have a revenue that is missing multiple digits comparatively to just a department of GameStop. So and Tabletop Village does it. They get their guys on, and they stream pack openings, and they sell and blah 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 blah. And they absolutely should. Yep. So GameStop adopting that model is scary.
It's scary, but it's the smart thing to do. And I don't want GameStop to do it, but at some point it might happen. Walmart is already trying to do it, right? You see it every day. I think if Whatnot opened a store, bro, I think this would crack me up if I saw Whatnot grand opening, LA location or New York City location, right? And they don't even have to do that. They could use it like McDonald's. They could just buy the real estate and just then say
franchise
and just franchise it out. I think that is another model that now Whatnot's not going to do that, right? But if GameStop did something where they dip their toes,
I might do that.
But I think that's something we should do. I'm telling you, that would be successful in some capacity. I think it'd be a ton of fun, man. But yes,
that'd be fun.
I am very terrified as to GameStop's recent announcement, and I think it's honestly super upsetting and aggravating, and I hate it with a fiery, fierce passion. But what more can you do, buddy? What actually could we do? Could we just like money boycott GameStop? Would that have any effect?
No, because no. There's nothing that one individual could do other than disrupting the market.
Yeah.
So let me put it this way: like if Deep Pocket Monster decided to say like, "Hey, I don't want to support GameStop," and any of my followers, like if you love me, you won't do it. Like it would take influence, a lot of influence to keep people away. And even then, they might it would just be other people that do it. So, like I said, but I said it before, and I'll say it again. There's nothing that any of us can do because the collective is not going to fix this, and it comes down to like a market pullback. That's the only thing that would really stop that. And then GameStop getting sliced bad enough that they're like, "Woo, we want out of this, or we don't want to deal with this."
Yes, I think I agree wholeheartedly. Which though leads me to my next point, because we could be wrong about all of this, but you were wrong about something recently. No. I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody here. Okay. I love my boy, but Genelac has been put in. He's put in what, 60? I feel like 60 something hours into Legends.
No, it's not that high, but it's pretty high.
Hey guys, listen in case you haven't already, or in case you zoned out. Genelac has something he wants to admit.
Okay, so in our last live, I had said that Legends ZA, I remember saying this because people were saying that I was trying to sell the game for Pokemon. And I was like, no, I'm not. I don't think it's worth it. That's what I said. I said, I don't think it's worth it. I think that there's, potential, blah, 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 but ultimately it's not worth it. And I had a lot of, things to say around how it could be better. Well, with much chagrin, I will admit, I was so unequivocally wrong in the best way possible. This game is fantastic.
Whoa.
It is so good. It's
You're
so good.
Jumping from not
it's
worth
so good.
buying to fantastic. Okay, without saying another word, no. Where does it rank on Pokemon games all time?
Oh shit.
Is it top 5?
Yes.
No, dude. In top 5, you do realize in top 5, you are putting the likes of Platinum, Emerald, Legends Arceus, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White 2. Really? No.
So I haven't been I haven't been this addicted to a Pokemon game since Legends Arceus.
You're joking.
Scout, you know me, I love my beauty sleep. I'm a health nut. Like I like to go to bed at the right time. I wake up at the same time every day, blah, 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 blah. I stayed up till 1 a.m. Saturday night because I couldn't stop playing. And I want you to know, I don't even stay up till 1 a.m. on New Year's. I go to bed at like 12:15. So I hope that puts it into like I could not stop playing. It is so refreshing. The battle mechanics, I think that okay, so here's what I'll say. That game is starting to become everything I wanted a Pokemon game to be from like a movement and feel mechanics state. But there are still some things that need work. Absolutely. It is the slowest game I have ever played.
Okay.
It is by far. You gotta wait till probably 15 hours into the game before it starts feeling like fun.
Yeah.
But what I will say is like, so the boss fights, right? People are like, it's repetitive. And I agree. It's a little repetitive. You go through it. It's like these 3 rogue mega Pokemon need to be dealt with, and then you go do the story for a little while, and then you go back, and these 3 Pokemon need to be dealt with. And I think that they could have tied that into the story better.
Yeah.
And I will say, but the fights, they do have a unique feel to them a little bit, right? There are certain mechanics that each Pokemon does that you need to be aware of, right? Like when you fight Mega Dragonite, you best not let him charge up. You better have a plus move or a Mega Evolution ready. Because if he charges up, he shoots a Hyper Beam that hits the entire field of play. Like, it's the whole field. It is undodgeable. So, but then there's Mega Babaracle, completely different mechanic, right? Like, he's going to run at you and run you down and try and punch you, so you need to be moving constantly, right? So, like, there is but I will say the boss fights could have been even harder and even more immersive and more gimmicky. Like, let each Pokemon have a bit more of a gimmick to them.
Gotcha. But all in all, you are now admitting live that Legends EA is a top 5 Pokemon game of all time.
I think it is. Man. I mean, the storyline, iconic.
It's really that good.
Dude. And this could be personal preference, but like, you gotta go play it. I'm not gonna. There is some twists and turns there.
So they're have just to buy it.
And I'll say this too: I did not play it on the Switch 1, but I will say it on the Switch 2 runs so seamlessly that here's what I'll say: this game has the highest replayability of any Pokemon game I've ever experienced.
Really?
Yes, there are so many side quests that you can go do. Run around the city, getting up on the rooftops is super fun. And then it's because of the battles, man. Because they're not turn-based, every battle just feels a little bit different. And the online play is just complete anarchy. And it's because nobody's figured out the meta yet, so that's super fun, right? Like, there has been no Pokemon game that allowed 4-on-4. 1-on-1-on-1.
Yeah.
It's never allowed that, right? Like Wolfie Glick has talked about the difference that singles versus duos the jump in complexity that it made for the game and how fun it was, right? Well, this is times 2 on that. And not only is it 2 more Pokemon, well, it's the same amount of Pokemon, but it's 2 more people.
Brother, that is wild to hear you say, just because of how confident you were in one. This is awesome, right? Because prior to this, we were hyping up Legends EA like it was nobody's business. You know what I mean? And then following that, you were so disappointed, dude. I mean, every episode that we recorded, I was like, I feel so bad that Legends EA is not living up to your expectations. But just listening to you talk about this, you feel refreshed. And I enjoy that for you. And this is actually the infectious energy I needed to convince me to buy Legends EA. I still don't know if I'm going to buy it, but
it's so worth it.
Is it worth it?
It is. Listen, dude, I can't stop thinking about it. I want to play it every day. Like, it's like, look, hey, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
There were 2 days that I didn't open Pokemon Go.
Are you all right?
That's what my wife. That's what my wife was like. Wait. So you lost your Pokemon Pokestop streak, your catch Pokemon streak, and your field research task streak. And I was like, yeah, I did. I did not open that game. That's how immersed in Legends EA I was.
Dude, that sounds like a clinical problem. Are we okay?
We're fine. Oh, we're better than fine, man. It was. Like, I was like, dude, I cannot wait to play more Legends EA, because you want to, like, and that's the other part I'll say too.
Yep.
You want to use more Pokemon than previously. Like,
that was something I was going to ask you. Do you feel like you are able to, so like in the old games, right? And everything from, we'll take Diamond and Pearl as an example, right? Almost every time you play Diamond and Pearl, you have the same freaking team. Right, you could replay Red and Blue, and you could have a little mix here and there, right? You know, the best team obviously has Venusaur as a starter, and then Arcanine, so on and so forth. But you can get away with having Charizard and swapping out for Dodrio and whatever.
Yeah.
Does this game really give, I'll say, playability, a more playability sense to every Pokemon? Does it feel like you can create a team?
Yes, because so hear me out. You have to. It's not that you want to. It's that you have to. Because this game is hard. On the grand scale of like Pokemon games.
Yeah.
This is by far the hardest game.
Really?
Way hard.
Okay, wait. Is it hard or complex?
Both.
Really?
Yes. So like, listen. Right now, if I were to walk in, like, it's really hard to be over-leveled. It's really hard to over-level in this game. They do a pretty good job. Yeah, and Austin John Plays is my favorite content creator right now that makes like Nintendo/ZA content.
Yeah.
And he said it in one of his videos. You pretty much consistently want to have 5, sometimes 6 strong Pokemon in your party. You know how sometimes you could just like roll with your big 3?
Yeah.
And it didn't really matter?
Yep.
Dude, that ain't gonna work. It doesn't work in this game. Like, sure, if you were to... You absolutely can overlevel. But if you were to not do every side quest, and you're not battling every night, that, because the Z to A Royale comes out every night.
Oh.
So if you skip some of those and you keep going through the story, like, you're going to run into some issues. So it is calibrated really well. I'll say that. Because, like I said, I won't say... I sped through the game pretty quick. Like, I left a lot of the side quests unfinished. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But... like, it was hard, and I'll be honest right now, I was a little worried about going into the end game Zygarde fight. So right now, I'm building a team that has 2 Ice-type Pokemon on the team, because I was I can't bring Raichu. What is a Surf from my Raichu gonna do to a Zygarde that's level 84?
Bro,
the Zygarde is level 84.
Oh, that is awesome. That is so
and
cool.
And spoiler alert, spoilers, guys, it's multi-phased. That's right, you got to go through every fucking form.
Dude, that is awesome. That is so cool. I never thought that was what I was going to hear.
And you got to be careful, man, because your character can get knocked out.
You're telling... Wait a second. Is this like the meme where it's like... You're
brother.
you know the meme I'm talking about where it's like trainer with the Caterpie and looking at the Electabuzz, and it's like your Caterpie was like knocked out by Electabuzz's Thunder Punch. Electabuzz knocks out trainer. Electabuzz steals trainer's wallet.
It's dude. This just happened to me. I was trying to do a stupid side quest where you get a Skarmory feather, and it's in the middle of what I call Pyroar Hell.
Okay.
There's an alpha Pyroar with 6 female Pyroar that make a lion pride, and they all know Earth power. And for whatever reason, the way that the game is programmed is they all see you at a slightly different time. So you have about 7 Earth powers that you as a character, they target your character, no matter if you have a Pokemon out. So you have to continuously dodge. And let me tell you, those guys got me more than once.
Dude, that is probably the best thing that I have heard today. Now, granted, I still don't know how I feel about there not being any gyms.
So, the gyms... Yeah, it's interesting because there are no gyms. That's still a fact.
Okay.
And there's ranks that you progress through. And I will say, they start to do a better job of building out the characters for the higher ranks. Right, like there starts to become like true characters, and I think that they're like a weird blend of like gym leader / Elite Four. I'll say that because there's more than 4 of them, so it's not the Elite Four. They have more of an Elite Four feel than a gym leader feel, but not really because some of them have some of them have trainers you have to progress through, so those are like a little bit gym leadery. It's weird. But yeah, the conventional gym and the conventional Elite Four don't exist in that game.
Dude, well, we've been talking about ZA for a minute here, but what I want to know is who is your favorite new Mega?
I mean, so Mega Zygarde is my favorite Mega. It is so good. And I've said this on multiple accounts. Optimus Prime plus Death Star. Like, it's so sick. If it wasn't them... Who's my I really like Mega Feraligatr. I think it's so funny because you have to understand, man.
No.
Every time you use a move, that the Totodile head comes down. So it's like it's pretty sweet. But I would have to say my favorite new Mega is probably Mega Scolipede from like a design perspective. Oh. It looks incredible.
Okay.
It looks so good.
What about a usability perspective?
Mega Scolpide's fine.
Yeah.
Most of the Megas are pretty usable. I would say the most useful new Mega is Mega Feraligatr. It is. Like, Mega Feraligatr is busted.
Are you for real?
It has an attack stat of 160.
Oh my god.
It's the 6th highest physical attacker in the entire game.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
6th.
Oh my god.
So it carried me. It legit carried me.
So you don't regret
and then I'll be honest.
Totodile?
No, not at all.
Okay. Would you have picked Chikorita knowing what you know now?
No.
Okay, so
no, I would still 100%. I think like from a playability perspective, it is easily the best starter. Totodile is easily the best starter. But who like because it has that ice type coverage with Ice Fang too. Like
yes.
Like you have to understand. So 2 really prominent typings in Z to A are Dragon and Fairy, and then the third one is Steel. A lot of people using Florges, a lot like there's a lot of Fairy type Pokemon, a lot of Mega type Pokemon, especially when things Mega evolve, they get either a Fairy or Dragon typing.
Yeah.
So like that's why Scolipede was so useful for all of the Fairies.
Gotcha.
And that's why Feraligatr was so useful for all of the Dragons.
Yeah.
Even Mega Feraligatr gets a Dragon typing. When it Mega evolves, it is a Water Dragon. So
wait, what?
Yeah, it gets the same typing as Kingdra.
Oh, spoiler alert. Did not know that. That's actually really dope.
Yeah. It's so insane. And I'm sorry, but like Meganium, it gets a horrible typing.
Does it
Grass
really?
Fairy is trash.
It's that bad?
Think about it. You're 4x weak to poison.
Oh my god, you are.
What does Fairy and Grass cover for each other? There's only one I can think of. Bug.
Yeah, Bug, that's it.
Doesn't help you with flying. Doesn't help you with fire.
Nope.
Doesn't help you with ice.
Oh my God. So, well, okay. Question then. What do you think is the best combination of typings?
Like ever?
Ever.
Fairy Steel.
Fairy Steel?
Yes.
Really? Is it really Fairy Steel?
Yes. 100%.
You sure?
There is no contest here. It is either Fairy Steel or Steel Dragon. It is one of the two.
Interesting. Okay. It's not what I thought
Fairy Steel has one weakness.
What is the one weakness? Fire?
Poison? Oh, sorry. Two weaknesses. I apologize. It has two weaknesses. Ground and fire.
What about poison?
That's it.
Yeah, steel does. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Steel doesn't just resist poison.
Yeah.
Steel it negates it.
Yeah.
So you take something that was super effective, and so think about your resistances now. Think about how many things you resist. You double resist bug.
Yep.
You resist psychic. You resist. You are neutral to fighting now.
Do you resist dark, or are you neutral to dark now?
Nope. You resist dark.
Yep.
It gets all of the fairy defensive typings, except for fighting goes neutral. That's the only one. Oh so you're neutral to fighting.
Yeah.
What else do you resist? Ice. You resist ice. You resist rock. You resist. I think you get like 10 resistances.
Jesus, dude. Okay, so Mega Meganium sucks. Mega for Alligator's awesome. What typing does Emborg get? Is it still fighting?
He's still fighter. Yeah, he's still fighter and fire, so he still has problems, right?
Okay, so he's cooked.
I mean, he's not cooked. It's not the problem, it's really bad to be weak to flying. I'll say that. Flying is so prevalent on every team. Every Pokemon practically learns a flying move. Like, it's really difficult to deal with. So being weak to flying is bad. He's weak to psychic. He's still weak to ground.
Dude, that's
so rough. I would say he's second best.
Well, okay. The way you are talking about Legends EA has me very curious, because we talked about this last week. In your opinion, do you think that kids today will feel as nostalgic about Pokemon in 20 years as we do today? Yeah. Right? And the reason I ask that is because now you're talking about Legends EA being one of the greatest games of all time. Think about the amount of kids that are between...
Greatest Pokemon games, to be clear.
Yeah. You're sorry. Greatest Pokemon games. Think about all the kids that are between 9 years old and 14 years old that are playing Legends EA right now, right? Do you think this is going to be core memories for them? Is this going to unlock I don't know, just something that latches on? I remember latching onto the anime, right? Latching onto the TV shows. Yeah. I always wanted to watch it, and I always wanted to play the trading card game. This might be, these kids' version of that. It is this video game that they always remember. They don't remember the TV show because I started watching Horizons and I couldn't make it through it. I don't know how these kids are making it through that. So is the equivalent now Legends EA? Is it going to be their nostalgia portal, I guess?
There's a lot of personality in this game. And what I mean by that is, like, your Pokemon can be out with you 24/7, any of them. So you can run around the city with your Pokemon, right? Ooh, you don't have to put them back in a ball. And the other piece I'll say too is, like, the whole selfies aspect. People are calling them flicks on TikTok, but, like, they did a lot of work to be able to take pictures in the game. You and your Pokemon, you can apply filters. You can make your Pokemon do different poses by playing music. Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of personality to this game. And I think that for kids, especially, that's really important because it makes that bond that much tighter.
Yeah.
However, I don't know if I can answer that yet. And the reason the DLC is still going to play a big part in this. Right? Like, I will say, like, Sword and Shield, looking back, I was wrong about that too. And that's actually, like, a pretty dang good game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it introduced the wild area, and I know, I'm coming clean here. It introduced the wild area, but I will say the story was bad. Like, you could see President Rose was the bad guy, like, day 2.
Yeah.
Agreed. Like, it was like, oh, that's the bad guy. So the storytelling was bad. So, but Isle of Armor, I said this already, Isle of Armor and, what was the other one?
I don't remember.
Isle of Armor. What was the Calyrex one called?
I couldn't tell you.
Either way, the 2 DLCs for Sword and Shield were even better. And if you look at Scarlet and Violet, You want to talk about some fire DL? You remember how hyped I was when Galapagos popped out of the Master Ball? Like, I had a blast.
Oh yeah.
So the DLC, I will stand by it, has the opportunity to make this the best Pokemon game ever. I'll say that. Like, if they bring true MMO stuff into this, where you mount, right? Like, you can ride specific, like, either all of your Pokemon or like, because there are size classifications in this game.
Yeah.
So like, there's a literal size classification. If it's like, hey, you can only ride large and above, so like large and XL size classification, that's sick.
Wow.
That would be so cool. So there's a lot you could do. One thing I do think is missing from this game.
Yeah.
Abilities.
Whoa, wait a second.
Pokemon quite literally do not have abilities. At all.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that was a staple of Pokemon. Is
that not crazy?
Having the abilities. I don't like that.
There's no abilities. And I'll say this, thank God, because trying to take down a Mega Electros with Levitate would be impossible.
That would be kind of awesome.
So if they bring abilities back, please don't bring Levitate back. I hate that ability.
It's one of the greatest abilities of all time, man.
It is. It's so broken. But yeah, I was going through and I was like checking the summaries of my Pokemon. I was like, none of these have an ability. They just don't have them.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I like your argument I like your response to that. That is very interesting. The personality thing, man, I think that is a dead ringer for the nostalgia
I think it has
piece.
Yeah, this game has a chance.
Yep.
The other part that I'll say this too. It all depends on the trauma, baby. Like, it depends on what these kids go through. Because if you look at...
Say? Wait a second. Start that over again. It all depends on the trauma? Trauma of what?
Listen, man, nostalgia is clearly an output of trauma. It is, right? Like, it's a coping mechanism for trauma. And so when you look at all of us, right, our listeners that are ages 28 or 27 and above, 26 maybe, we've been through some stuff. When you talk about, like, listen, man, the 9/11 and all that jazz, and have, like, you know, especially for the United States with the 2008 financial recession and the housing crash, and then we go into a pandemic. I mean, this crew that's been around for about 3 decades pretty much had some worldwide catastrophe happen each decade. So, like, yeah, we're clearly hanging on to our childhood memories. Okay.
Interesting. I did not see that coming, but I don't disagree.
Did not mean to call out your scars there, Scott.
No, bro, that was genius. It depends on their
trauma.
So
if these kids have it easy, man, and they're chilling and they're like, oh, the next 20 years are just vibing, then they might not need to go back to their childhood memories.
Bro, I don't even think this generation knows how to trauma bond properly. I mean, dude, my little brother could drop a bowl of cereal, and I swear to God, he could cry. I don't know, man. It would be very interesting to see what the resultant trauma would be. Would they love Pokemon that much more? I don't know, but that is a genius statement. I think it's probably one of my favorite statements you have ever made. Depends on their trauma.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it's the classics, right? Like, if you have a crazy thing go down in the family, then you fondly remember memories you had with that family member. You ever think about that?
You know what? That's fair. Oh my God, that's fair. Now I just started thinking. I don't know why. I started thinking about when my grandma.
I do have a minor in psychology. I'll say that. So I've studied the human mind a little.
Give you a leg up on business negotiations.
Honestly, I just really liked the class, and so I was like, "Wait, let's continue down this path."
You liked the TA, didn't you?
No, didn't even have a TA in psych. What kind of TA do you need in psych? What are they gonna do?
I don't know, man. Actually, my wife watches this. Depends.
But
I'm kidding, honey, I love you.
So Legend Z, are you gonna get it?
Oh, man, after hearing you talk about it, I want to. I really do. But the problem is, do I have the time to spare.
I mean, I dropped everything.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do I have the time to spare to play this game? Am I going
I'm
to
bringing it with me
brain
to
rot
Japan.
myself? No, don't do that. That's going to ruin your whole Japan trip. You're going to sit there in the hotel
I'm bringing it. Hey, listen, that's a 13-hour flight. I'm going to be grinding.
That's fair. You can do it on the flight, just not when you get there. But I don't think I'm going to get it.
No.
No. I have a
veto.
pretty addictive personality,
Veto.
brother.
Veto.
Oh man, you really think I should get it?
Chat, bully him. We need to bully this man into getting this game.
I just don't think I have the time, bro.
I need your opinion. I need it.
Really?
I need to know if I'm overhyping this. Like, I had so much fun over the last 6 days. We'll see if it just like fades for me, but it seems so fun. The shiny hunting methods are so stupid easy too. So like you can just grind shinies in this game. Like, and they're shiny megas. Oh my god. Like the mega Pokemon. I'll say this too. And I'll say this time and time again. If you guys can avoid leaks, it is so much more fun to have like I go into it and I'm like, wait a minute. Is this guy about to have a Mega Skarmory? Because his last Pokemon's Skarmory, and he has the Mega thing on his suit. Oh my god, it's Mega Skarmory. Holy crap, that looks so cool. Oh my god, and then you're like not focusing on the fight because you're trying to look at what it looks like. It's so fun.
All right, well, Veto, Mega Skarmory looks awful. But yes, it looks awful. It's terrible. I hate the stupid longer talons. It's so dumb. It must have some cool attack that is associated with those talons, but it looks dumb to me. I think Mega Skarmory is awful.
Bro, I think that might be a hot take.
No, that is cold, ice cold.
Really? I thought it looked so cool with the gold too.
If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. But no, I don't think I'm gonna get it, man. I just,
you have to.
It's about.
What if
it's about the time though, bro? Do I have?
Can you imagine me? You go collect and crash in a one-on-one scenario, because you could do just linked online battles instead of not doing ranked.
I will cook all of you.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to one-tap your entire team.
Not a chance, bro. I will decimate your team.
So this is what I'm talking about. You gotta get the game, man. And I do think that this is the future of Pokemon. Is it perfect? No. But is it a step in the right direction? Absolutely. I am so past. I will be one of those content creators. I'm going to sing the praises of this because this is innovation and the sky is the limit. If they bring this to Gen 10 and they take the community's feedback and they speed it up, oh my lord, Gen 10 will break everything. It is the right step. Now, again, I don't know if they're doing that. I think these are two separate series for a while. But if they start to see that people are like, whoa, like Legends Arceus and Legends Z-A are better than Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, they might take a page out of it and just be like, ooh, maybe this should just be the format.
Dude, I gotta ask, have you seen some of the leaks for Gen 10?
The only leak I know about is the name.
And what do you know of the name?
Isn't it like Sea and Sky? Or Land and Sea?
Wind and Waves.
Wind and Waves.
I think. I think it is Wind and Waves.
I don't know how does that work?
I don't know, but my question to you is, what do you rank that name, scale from 1 to 10?
2.
Oh my god. That low?
Yeah.
Why? Why that low?
Dude, like, first of all, I'm trying to think about legendaries that match Wind and Waves that, like, can counterbalance each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or are they going to be together? I don't know. Like, maybe it's a Zacian Zombie thing, Sword and Shield. Actually, okay, I take that back. This is more of the Sword and Shield aspect where they're going to be together, not separate. They're not going to be rivals. Okay.
Yep, I don't think we're going to get very rivalry here with Wind
I don't know, man. I like the colors. Why are we getting away from the colors?
Brother, I'll say this. The Wind and Waves thing, I don't think I enjoy just because we already have, Lugia and Ho-Oh. Lugia is the guardian of the seas.
How
right?
about Kyogre
You have
Groudon?
Kyogre and Groudon already. There's just so much happening with the sea, and
it feels repetitive.
Yes, it does. It feels very repetitive, and I can't think of anything that would link it. Like, what is so important about wind and waves?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, they had an opportunity. Like, you've played on the Dimension stuff. Like, they could have done like supernova, like supernova and dark matter, or like, I'm trying to say, like,
I love that you said that. Elle asked me, and I was like, oh, what'd be really cool would be something like antimatter, Anyway, sorry, I don't want to get super into that.
But they could literally go light and darkness. Like, there's so many things to do here that that would have captured my attention more.
Well, because Reshiram and Zekrom were, truth and.
You say it was wind and waves?
Wind and waves, yeah.
So surfing?
That's literally what it sounds like. I mean, we might not get 2 box art legendaries. We might literally just get 1 legendary.
No, we'll get 2. We'll definitely get 2, but 1 is going to be like, I don't know. You said it perfectly that like this whole concept around like the sea is so overdone with Pokemon.
Yes. I don't like it.
Like,
I think this wind and waves thing is going to be a problem. I'm curious. I know that a lot of the fan art and fan theories and whatever keep Pokemon from doing certain things because they have to be worried about being sued or, copyright infringement, whatever. Yeah. But still, wind and waves sucks as a name.
I mean, like, you could have done something with like play off of like cosmic, right? Like 2 sides of like cosmic.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you could have done light and darkness. You could have done light and shadows. You could have done.
Yep.
I mean, there are so many things that you could have. I honestly think that they don't play on land enough. Dude, they play on sea all the time.
I was just thinking something lava.
Yeah, like what if you did like? I mean, I don't know if I would like. You could literally go like.
Dude, what if you did something like gravel? Think of like gravel. I don't know. My dumb ass almost said gravel and mulch.
Well, no, you could always just do like embers and timbers or something. You know what I'm saying? Like land and fire.
Interesting. Very interesting. I do like that.
Like something land and fire related. Yeah. I don't know.
But what do you think
they should have done something space related?
What do you think they're going to represent? Because Dialga and
I'll say this
is time and space. You've got truth and the pursuit of emotions with Zekrom and Reshiram. You have light and dark with freaking Xerneas and Yveltal.
Listen, man.
I mean, come on. What do you think?
So wind and waves. I'll say this. You know that I have an energy background as well.
Yep.
And wind and waves both generate energy.
Yep.
You have windmills and you have tide what's it called? Dams / the tide stuff, yep. Right? So they both generate energy. So there is a huge possibility that they're playing off of that.
Yeah.
And it's like wind and waves, and then the 3rd legendary is like an energy-based Pokemon. That's the only thing that could possibly work for me here. But if it's like chill vibes, like slice of life, like Alola vibes again, where it's like wind and waves, like I'm going to hate that.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad you said that because I was about to ask you. I don't think.
And if that makes me an edgelord, whatever.
Dude, I don't think the 3rd legendary is going to be a new legendary. I think it's going to be Arceus. I think it is going to be Arceus. Yes, okay, I know. He's going to hate me for saying this. I know we always talk about it. I think the 3rd legendary is going to be Arceus. Get over yourself. But
you just want my idea of like the holy Pokemon. Like you want this to be real so bad.
I do, bro. But they're not going to make it holy. They are going to make
the
it
unleashed forms.
Yes, that is still one of the
Scout
best
just
ideas
wants my
you have ever had. Now, granted, I had a little something to do with that, but you were pretty smart in bringing it all together, and I loved it. I did.
So if there was a Pokemon, if there was a fan-made game that took that idea and did it, like how fast would you play that game?
I would not do literally anything else. I would turn off my phone. There would be nothing in the world more important than that video game. And for the purposes of staying married, I will say my wife.
We love you, honey. Yeah. I knew it was coming.
For the purposes of staying married, I have to say that I would put my wife before the video game.
Hey, man, my wife was so happy to have me addicted to ZA. She was like, it's finally something that keeps you busy. Like, because you and I both buddies. I swear to God, I exhaust my wife. So she was just like, you know what? I'm going to bed. Have your fun. And I was having a blast. You got to get the game, though. Okay, chat. Please, in the comments below, just type Scout get the game. And if we get across all of our platforms, if we get 100 comments that says Scout get the game, Scout, you have to get it. Do you agree to this? Do you agree to these terms?
If we get 100 comments,
yes,
of that exact comment, I will get the game.
Scout get the game. I'm counting how many words that is.
Four words. Got to be a period. Has to be grammatically correct.
No, we are not checking grammar because we don't use grammar effectively half the time. So, Scout, get the game in the comments down below. If we get 100 comments, Scout has to be financially irresponsible and go grab a Switch 2 with,
Nope.
Okay, now.
No Switch 2,
hold on.
just the game.
Okay, hold on. What if we get 500 comments?
Oh, dude, we're never getting 500 comments, so deal. Deal.
If we get 500 comments,
yep,
you have to buy the Switch 2 as well.
Deal.
And get the Switch 2 version.
We're not getting 500 comments, so it doesn't matter. Like, that is the easiest deal ever.
We are so doing this. Guys, chat, send this to everybody. Make this man buy the Switch 2 and buy the game. I'm so pumped.
Oh my God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's no better way to end this video than off that me getting the Switch 2 based on 500 comments that are not going to happen. That's not just going to.
And it's still the same comment. Scout, get the game. And if there's 500 of them, you also have to get the Switch 2.
No, absolutely not. No, it has to be 500 different people.
No, I know, but it's the same comment.
Yeah, same comment.
Like, it's
but
Scout, get the game.
Can't post that. If one person can't comment 500 times.
No, it's 500 different people. Yes,
cool.
It's 500
right.
Across all platforms. Because we're posting this to TikTok, we're posting this to Instagram, we're posting this to YouTube, and we're posting it to Spotify. And you have to go comment on either the YouTube video or the Spotify video. Right? Is that fair? Like, they can't comment on TikTok, or does that count? What are the rules here?
Nope. YouTube and Spotify only.
Okay, so they have to go to YouTube or Spotify and comment, Scout, get the game, and we get you to, yes. Oh, come on, community. Oh, I will be so happy.
I hope he knows I'm the one who controls what gets posted. So, this might not get posted.
I guarantee it. It's so getting posted.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much for joining us on episode 19 of the Critical Hitz Podcast. Once again, my name is Pokey Scout.
I am Gentilac Gaming.
And
this has been Critical Hitz.
You guys have a very lovely night.
Love you guys. Scout, get the game.
Peace.